Senate leader more or less has finally arrived at a motion before us that we should refer the entirety of the saga to our ethics, code of conduct and public petitions to revert back to us. But let me just read this for the record. I'm sitting today as Senate President. Tomorrow I will not be here. One day I will not be here. Another person will be here. I was a member of the 8th Senate. Today I'm a member of the 10th Senate. I believe strongly it's only God that knows who will be a member of the 9th Senate, or of the 11th Senate, 12th Senate. The institution remains. Even as I'm talking now, Senator Buhari knows that the rule allows a senator to sit anywhere, but if you need to make contribution, you must go back to your seat. And part of maintenance of order from the presiding officer is that when a particular senator perambulates too much around the Senate, you recognize him to speak. And so most times, that senator, I won't mention the name, will have to run from here straight to his seat because he knows the rule. He knows the rule. He knows the rule that he has to speak from his seat. Even the first time the issue came up here, our distinguished sister was not even speaking from her seat. And that was when we tried to call her to order. I think part of the problem is when people come from court-declared senators, they miss the orientation. The management of the National Assembly is hereby ordered to organize periodic orientation, particularly for senators who are midstreamers, who can midstream and did not start when their colleagues started. Because I remember that this particular senator, on the day she was sworn in, raised her hand to speak. I was scared, but I had to recognize her because I was saying, you just gave her the rule book. Part of what we give to you when you are sworn in is a standing order of the Senate. So I said, she even opened the rule book to know what she's going to say. But she made the contribution on that day. I think 2 days later, she brought a motion. There's nothing wrong in being vibrant, but there's a lot wrong when you don't know anything about the procedure. You can't be a reverend father and go and start the church service with communion. You must lay foundation. So let me refer you to section 66 of our rule book. Section 66, subsection 1. It says, the president of the Senate or the chairman, maybe while sitting as chairman of committee of the whole, after having called the attention of the Senate or of the committee to the conduct of a senator who persists in irrelevance or tedious repetition, either of his own arguments or of the argument used by other senators in debate, may direct him to discontinue his speech. So even when you are talking, the Senate President has a right to ask you to discontinue your speech. And then section 66(2) says, if such a senator refuses to resume his or her seat, this is the first time the rule book is even referring to her. The President of the Senate, or in the case of sitting as chairman of committee of the whole, shall order such a senator whose conduct is grossly disorderly to withdraw immediately from the Senate during the remainder of that day's sitting. The President of the Senate shall order such a senator to withdraw in the event that he views her conduct or his conduct to be disorderly for the remainder of that day's sitting. And the sergeant at arms shall act on such orders, or he may receive from the chair in pursuance of this or that. All the Senate President will do is to order that senator to stop talking. And if that senator persists, then the Senate president will now say, withdraw for the remainder of the day. Please leave the chambers. And then he doesn't even need to call on the sergeant at arms. It is the job of the sergeant at arms immediately enforce that
the order of the senator or the senate president. Experience matters a great deal anyway.
Now, I want to take us to
Section
55. I don't want to go down. You go through that section 66, you'll see others. But look at 55. Behavior of senators in the Senate. This one is a general thing. We must read this when given to us. It's like a Bible in the church. It's like a Quran in the mosque.
Alright guys, so you're seeing it for yourself. Now the truth is that most of the times we come out to criticize political office holders, and it's important that they understand that when we do this, we don't do it because we have anything personal against them. We do it because our duty is to constructively criticize them and continue to call them out, all in a bid to have a better society. Now when you listen to the words of Godswill Akpabio in this matter, you'll find out that by the explanation he had just given, Natasha Akpoki is allegedly wrong. Why did I say that? If what Godswill Akpabio has quoted from the books of the National Assembly states that a senator must be on her position before she begins to make any input in the plenary, by what he has just said, it's obvious that Natasha Akpoki was not on her position, and perhaps she was obviously not on ground when they were doing the orientation, and that goes ahead to tell you that she obviously missed that part of understanding the modus operandi of the National Assembly. However, we will also not ignore the fact that we know that in the National Assembly there are factions. Most of the times when you're not in the faction of the Senate President or in his caucus members, he will allegedly most of the time want to shut you up or perhaps make you silence you to not say what you want to say if it's not in the interest of their own faction. However, he must understand that Natasha Akpoki and other female senators in the National Assembly have a special status, should be given a special status symbol, because obviously we know about the issue of the female gender and how they have been demanding for equality. And at this point, even if she wasn't on her position, it is necessary that the Senate President should have corrected her or perhaps reprimand her and still allow her to talk, or maybe make her understand what is obtainable in the National Assembly. However, Natasha Akpoki has gone ahead to prove what she said, that she was going to go out of her way to do everything humanly possible to nail Senate President Godswill Akpabio. And in the early hours of today, we found out that she has slammed Godswill Akpabio to court, demanding for a whooping 1 billion naira compensation for damages. Not just that, she went ahead to also demand for a 300 million naira compensation for filing of the case against Godswill Akpabio, going ahead to prove that no one is above the law. We'll leave it for the courts to decide on this matter, but the truth of the matter is that our duty is to come out to keep speaking truth to power. We'd love you to do well to drop your own thoughts in the comment section. Tell us what you think about the fracas between the National Assembly members in person of Godswill Akpabio and Natasha Akpoki, who is the senator representing the good people of Kogi Central Senatorial District. And we shall continually be here to serve you. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers. We truly don't take it lightly. My name again is Moses, and this is Think Tank TV. Please, if you're new to our session, do well to smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you can be duly informed when we put out more informative content. Also, do well to touch the like button. We want this video to be recommended for more people to get to see. See you on our next video. Bye for now.